different leadership skills. Like obviously you've got a let's say Martin Odegaard, he leads by example, doesn't really shout much.
Mm.
Let's say you've got Steven Gerrard, he shouts, screams. Let's say you have Roy Keane, he just smashes people, he's the authority, like a
Yeah.
Patrick Vieira. Like what type of leader would you say you are and why?
An adaptive one, adapting to the environment and the group that you have.
Mm,
Maybe, or maybe I just because I became a captain at a pretty young age. I was 21, I think, and then I also been a captain at the under 19s before as well.
mm,
Um, and I think when I became captain at 21 for the first team, and we'd just been relegated the second time in 3 years. So the first relegation, almost the whole squad went. Second relegation, the whole squad went, except for me and one other guy. And then we got in. We just the good thing about Follow is that is always a generation coming from the under 19s that really wants to get up to the
mm,
first team, and that's what happened, especially with the second relegation. So that almost the entire under 19s we just lifted up to the first team, and I think
mm,
I felt like a responsibility for this team to not go even further down. There are different demands from the like senior game compared to the under 19s, and
mm,
um, I think I felt like I had to make sure that okay, now these guys are being like so many of them are being brought up to the senior level just like this, with no transition. It's just
mm,
from one day to another, okay, now you're a senior team player. Uh, they don't know what the demands are. They don't know because it shifts from being focused on development to being focused on results. Like that's when you're at the senior level, you have to perform and you have to get the results. Like that's the
mm,
main thing. And so I think part of the reason why I was so harsh on the players in full at that time was because I feel like we need to have like a top standard for people to perform at the highest level they can immediately because we don't have to time to try and fail too much. And we didn't go down that year, but it was like if a couple of games had gone bad, it could have happened. So that's probably why I went with being harsh during those years. And then I went to Notodden. And it's something about, going from third division to second division. You're not on top of the hierarchy anymore. At least you not from the beginning. You have to like prove that you are one of the main guys. So
mm,
um, you start by not saying too much, then you feel the environment a bit, and then you start to be the leader that you uh, are. But at that team, the age composition was completely different. There
mm,
you had uh, some players who were 30 plus. You're not going to shout at people who are 30 plus.
yeah,
That's not in the same way, anyways. So I think it was just a natural shift in how I conducted the leadership role. And then now in HUD, um, like the average age was probably 25, the same age as I was. And
mm,
then you had some really, really talented young guys who um, they didn't have the pressure of having to perform because they didn't play. They were in
mm,
the in the group with us training, playing third division for the second team. So for them it was just more becoming like a mentor, try to support them in developing and encouraging them to make mistakes.